was a boy, and he was very going crazy, and he was very depressed. And he came to his Rebbe and said, Rebbe, I'm anxious, I'm depressed, I need help. The Rebbe said, okay, come to my house. He figured the Rebbe would open a safe. He comes to the house, the Rebbe says, come to the kitchen. Doesn't take him to the study. Comes to the kitchen, he takes out 3 pots, and he fills them up with hot water. Boy's sitting there like, okay. He says, okay, listen, come here. He says, you see this potato? Peels it. He says, I'm putting this potato in the hot water. He goes, okay, Rebbe, I'm the kid with problems. It's not you. There seems to be something very wrong here. He says, no, I want to teach you a lesson. He says, you see this egg? This is raw. How do you know an egg is raw? Guys in yeshiva, how do you know an egg is raw? You spin it. If it wobbles, it doesn't spin, you know it's raw. In Mir Yeshiva, we always spun the eggs. Why? Because the guys would take the signs, hardball, softball, and switch it. And then you would crack it to peel it, and it was a softball egg, went all over you. So how did you know? We would spin it, we would know. That chef that we had in Mir, for some reason, she knew how to make an egg. That the outside, the white was hard, and the yellow was creamy, the one that you don't eat. That's disgusting, right? So it's half spun, half wobbled. Okay. So this was a raw egg. He shows him it's a raw egg, puts it in the second pot. Third pot of water, he takes coffee grinds, he puts it in the third, he covers them all. He says, sit down. He says, Rebbe, what are you doing? He says, give me a half an hour. Half an hour, they're sitting there. He says, you want to talk to me? You want to tell me anything? No. He says, okay, let's look at the first pot now. First pot had a hard potato. He sticks his fork into it, it's mush. He says, now let's look at the second one. Second one had a raw egg. Now it's a hard-boiled egg. He says, okay, Rebbe, I know what happens when you put it in boiling water. He says, now let's go to the third pot. He takes off the cover. Wow, pot of coffee, geschmack smell. He says, Rebbe, what do you want from me? He says, listen to me carefully. He says, there are 3 kinds of people in the world. He says, in the first part is the tough guy. He's strong. He's unbelievable. He tells everyone who has problems, don't worry. Hashem is going to help you. You're going to make it. He's giving everyone advice. He's strong. But then you put him in the hot water. You give him some tzarais. He becomes mush. For everyone else, he's a potato. But you put him in a little hot water, mush. He said, don't ever become that person. He says, the other person is so soft. I can help you. I'll take you to the hospital. I'll take you here. I'll do chesed. Right? But then all of a sudden you put them in the hot water. I don't have time for anyone. I got to take care of myself. I got problems. I got this. They come from a very soft, nice person to a hard person who doesn't want to help anyone else. He says, don't become that either. He says, let's go to the third pot. He opens up the third pot. Smells amazing. He says, this is who I want you to be. He says, let me tell you the difference between the 3 pots. In the first 2 pots, the tzarais, the hot water, changed the object. The tzarais changed the person. But in the third pot, the object changed the hot water. From water into coffee. He says, when you go through hard times, don't let the hard times change you. Like the first 2 pots. You change the hard times. You change the water. You make it a reyach nichayach. And that's the koyach of everyone in this room. From this Shabbos, you have the koyach. Don't let the world, you agree, don't agree, chinuch is right, good, doesn't matter. Don't let the world change you. You walk out of here today, the third pot. I'm going to change the world.